for our audience what is called seeking, or for want of a better word, the peace, the love missions that you have been traveling to different countries on?
With regard to service for peace?
Service for peace.
Yes, that particular concept, connecting people to peace through service, a very
Connecting
simple
people to peace
through
service.
service.
That's it.
Was a very simple concept that originated in the year 2000 here in Miami, when in fact at the college a number of people who had been doing community service projects among my students had suggested, why not dedicate 2 or 3 weeks to a group of as many as 35 high school students working with voluntary college students,
Okay.
and each of whom connected to various religious enterprises, religious communities of faith, as in Islam, as in Baptist tradition in the Christian community, as in Judaism, as in Buddhism, as in also Hindu and Sikhism. And I thought it was such a novel idea, and so many people thought, oh, that's not possibly going to work, that's too complicated. But we didn't basically, and Harold Silva, a dear friend of mine, and I think you've met him on a couple occasions, basically said, just because something hasn't been done doesn't mean it's not possible.
Of course, I like that.
At the end of that summer, having both done projects that involved various tenets of different people's faith community, whether it was social justice here or exceptionality to be embraced there, at the end of the first summer, it was decided, let's do this again. In the process...
And this was in Miami?
This was in Miami. But in the process, 2 of the students who had participated went back to the Dominican Republic, where a very fine man had just completed his term as president of the Dominican Republic, named Leonel Fernandez, who was, as his constitution required, not holding the presidency, and for 4 years wanted to do some special things in the Dominican Republic, one of which was to introduce service, connecting people to peace through service among his different communities through public education and the public university. The Universidad Autónoma de Santo Domingo, they call it UAST down there.
So some of your students, I know I'm going to jump around with
no,
you
this
here
is
because
good.
I'm looking at what our viewers there thinking and what they probably want to ask you as you're talking. So the subject that you teach at
the college?
At Miami-Dade College was political analysis?
Political science, but
political
also
science,
multicultural communication and relations.
Multicultural
communication and relations.